Kuzampula. Namaste, good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online Ayurveda and Yoga workshops, Embassy of India, Thimpu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchu Cultural Center, Yoga teacher. I'm KV SSN Murthy here. My true prayers to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties in the whole Bhutan. Before recitation, again I would like to stress on this some of the important protocols for this COVID. So wherever you are going, try to please follow the safe physical distancing, and as a first priority, avoid crowding and do not touch any surfaces, and always carry your hand sanitizers and hand lotions, but give first priority to wash your hands with soap water. And second one is like don't count currency or don't count papers for any region. Don't touch your tongue. Then second one is as we know that respiratory hygiene very important. Anutaila and Shadbindu Taila or plain cow ghee. So you can choose any one of this to add one drop inside the nostrils, morning once and evening once. This is not only good for the people who are having this phlegm mucus level troubles, but the people who are having this snoring troubles also, for them it's a very good remedy. So next one is, as we know that steam inhalation is the heart of this COVID protocols. Please remember, hot water or hot food, it will not it will not kill the viral cells, but the hot air can easily prevent the viral cells. So that whenever you are going into your home, just next to your door, please try to put this device. Please have this steam inhalation at least 7 times, 8 times, or still more times as per the requirement. Because it is also good for the people who are having these troubles with the mucus, especially sinusitis and eosinophilia or some other related disorders. And next one is, please remember, clove powder and honey with adding of hot milk or with the adding of milk, hot water or milk in the early in the morning, also in the after in the evening also. This can be suggestible practice to get rid of the phlegm issues which will be deposited around the throat. So especially it is a good preventive method for the dry cough. So very important thing is sleep pattern. So do not disturb your sleep pattern. 6 to 8 hours recommended. Or if you are more active in your efforts, in your activities in front of the screen, one more hour may required. Especially I prefer 1 more hour's sleep, or at least 45 minutes extra sleep in the form of power nap or in a form of yoga nidra afternoons before your lunch hour. And next one is like exercise every day. Morning half an hour to 45 minutes and evening half an hour to 45 minutes. Try to do special exercises which can have forward bends, back bends, side turns, twists and everything. Also please remember to do inversion postures also. It is not only giving the training to the body, but it will train the mind, it will train your lungs, because for the lungs fitness also everyday exercise is recommended. Right, coming to recitation, and this recitation is from Hatha Yoga Pradipka. This we have 2 recitations. So one is Shatkarma Nirghata Staulya Kapa Dosha Maladikaha Pranayamam Tatha Kuryadanayasena Siddhyate. So here it is saying that importance of the body cleaning technique. So one should be aware of that, how this will work on the body, especially the people who wants to do meditation, who wants to do good spiritual practices or rituals. For them it will be so beneficial. So basically here we have in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, in Hatha Yoga we have 6 different kinds of cleaning methods. One is Dhautir Vasti Tadha Neti Stratakam Naulikam Tadha Kapala Bhatis Chetani Shat Karmani Prachakshate. So here basically Dhauti means mouth to abdomen cleaning, while it's intentional omitting technique. Then after that Vasti Kriya or Basti Kriya, it's a kind of yogic enema technique to clean the rectum and large intestines. Next one is Neti Kriya means it's a cleaning of nostrils while using a special kind of thread or special kind of tube. Then as well as Trataka Abhyas means it's a concentration practice to somewhat purify the thoughts. So next one is Nauli. It's a king of the Kriyas. It's a rectus abdominal muscle rotation. So like during your interaction with your yoga teacher, you can learn this all the practices. But we will not forget the Kapalabhati also, very good cleaning technique. So it's a frontal brain cleaning technique. So basically the people who are having this phlegm troubles or mucus level troubles, especially around the head level and face level, so for them it will be a great technique. So according to your free time and according to your knowledge and according to your interest, please try to learn these all techniques to clean the physical body as well as the mind. So it will be a good path of the practices to reach the spiritual upliftment also. So as we know that in this week we are seeing some of the good applications for the endometriosis. So in Ayurveda it is also called as Yoni Vyapatu. It is a kind of imbalances in the Sukra Dhatu or Rajo Dhatu, what we generally call as Dhatu Vikari, Sukra Dhatu Vikari or Rajo Dhatu Vikari. It's also called as Arthava Dosha. So here causes are autoimmune disorders or heredity or hormonal disturbances because of heavy loaded of stress or inactive life, passive life. Then also it's a frequent infections, then family background, some of the infections because of the food, and some of the internal cancers also may cause this endometriosis. But here characteristics are the frequent pain in the lower abdomen, lower back and pelvic and Kegel region. Then after that frequent menstruation or irregular menstruation or internal menstruation, and especially weakness and diarrhea. Then sometimes nausea also kind of characteristics, and especially fatigue and restlessness. But please remember, when you have this kind of issues, first of all, do not opt your self-medication. And do not blindly follow Google references what exactly it has given. Always try to associate your doctors or teachers who are having this knowledge, experience and knowledge. It's especially practical knowledge. And lower the, please avoid the fats, and please lower the salts, or you can still avoid the salts also, and avoid caffeine diets and avoid junk foods and junk timings, and avoid foods which will be cause overheat in the body. So as we mentioned that some people have the same overheat issue because of chicken, overheat issue because of tubers, and overheat issue because of what we call wheat based gluten diets. So try to check your own constitution and own foods, and please try to avoid some of the foods which is not really suitable for you. And please remember, along with these foods, try to abundantly take vitamin A, vitamin C and B complex diets, and zinc based diets, and vitamin D also, which will be abundantly available in green leafy vegetables, nuts, fruits and mushrooms and milk related items. So according to your body constitution, please try to choose proper way of composing this kind of diets. In Ayurveda, as we mentioned that we have many important drugs called Prajanantaka Loha, Prajanantaka Churna, and also Kanchanala Gugulu, Tankana Basma or Vanga Basma or Kalyana Ghruta, it's like a medicated ghee. Then after that turmeric, aloe vera and Ashoka and Shatavari. So today we are seeing important two home remedies. Also it's a kind of like some of the herbal based chemicals, and this can be used as foods also, especially in our country Bhutan. Like we know that asparagus, that is not only a food, that is good for the people who are having this endometrium troubles. But especially when you see this Indian asparagus, what we call as Setavari, it is very good herb, Asparagus racemosus. So like according to your self experience and according to your doctor's advice, you can choose Setavari for this endometrium issues. Then second important thing is Ashoka tree. Then Saraka Ashoka, it is a scientific name of that plant, and take that bark powder and mix with the hot water, or you can still have your decoction forms also, morning ones and evening ones. But during the practices, so abundantly take hot water. So do not choose cool water, abundantly take hot water, and physical exercise, especially leg stretchings, which will be really pressing the abdominal level and lower abdominal level, which that will be really good for you. And also in pranayamas, Bastrika pranayam and like Kapalabhati Kriya as well as pranayam, and remaining other pranayamas which will give cooling effect to the body, that will be suitable for the people who are having this endometriosis. And in especially, as we mentioned, that kriya abhyasas in yoga, we have many exercises what we call agnisara kriya or udyana bandha, as well as nauli also. In fact, women also can learn these techniques very easy in the presence of the yoga teacher. So when you have free time to meet your yoga teacher, especially for these kind of notes regarding endometriosis and yoga practices, so try to not only taking the theoretical part, please try to take practical part also, and try to do that. Like when you will be totally involved inside this Ayurvedic practices and yoga practices, you will be alright in just 3 to 4 months, when you have no other complication related to cancers or related to womb structural issues. So when we are meeting here at the same place, same topic, with the same topic from next Monday, we will see still good applications in Ayurveda for some other disorder. Let's coming to the yoga class now. Right, in yoga we have many practices. Every practice is very important. It has its own functional way of giving some kind of pressing on the body, some kind of turning on the body, some kind of exercise on the body. So according to the user and the usage, and according to the teacher, it will be every practical yoga, every posture, every pranayama is beneficial to the people. Right, now today also we are doing some of the like practices, sun salutations related to all. So anyone can do. Then after that our series will be PGN series. Again, anyone can do these practices. Right, let's start our sun salutations with chanting of mantra and sloka, bijakshara. According to your traditional belief system, you can follow the chantings, or you can follow the only physical exercises. Okay, long deep inhalation, exhalation. Then after that, lift your both the arms up with inhalation. Then keep a pranamasan above to the head called Kailasha Mudra. Then very slowly bring your pranamasan down at your chest level called Anahata Pranamasan. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham Tatvam Pushan Apavruno Satya Dharmaya Drustaye. Om Hram Hrim Hrum Hraim Hraum Raha Mitra Ravi Surya Bhanu Kagapushna Hiranya Garbha Maricha Aditya Savitra Arka Bhaskaraya Namaha. And stretch your arms forward, lift your arms up. Then once completely pull yourself, and from there slightly put a back bend, Ardha Chandra or Ardha Chakrasan. Then keep body straight. Once pull up, then very slowly bend the body forward as a forward bend, Pada Hastasana. But when you have any issues related to forward bend, avoid this kind of forward bends. And here right leg must be your back leg, Asva Sanchalanasana or horse riding posture. So here one way, this is good pressing posture to the abdomen. Then back leg straight on the toes, and back leg knee up, and slowly join your forward leg to back leg called Dandasana or Santulanasana. Then press your knee, then very slowly push your body down towards the floor called Astanga Namaskarasana or Sastanga Namaskarasana. Then push your body forward, then lift your body up like a lifted head cobra. So soon after that, try to still press your body back. Then here throughout the practice, against your shoulders, try to push your body up, lift your chin, and for a while stay here in this Bhujangasana. Then after that, slowly keep your legs together and be on the toes, and slowly lift your knees up against the gravity and push your body inside Parvatasana. And right leg must be your forward leg again, Asva Sanchalanasana or horse riding posture. Then right back leg straight on the toes, then slowly lift your knee up, then slowly join your back leg to the forward leg called Pada Hastasana. And very slowly lift your arms and body up, called Hasta Uttanasana. Once completely pull yourself up. Then slightly put a back bend, Ardha Chandra or Ardha Chakrasana. Then again keep your body straight, Pranamasana above to the head. Then very slowly bring your Pranamasana down at your chest level, called Anahata Pranamasana. Then lift your arms with inhalation. Then very slowly with exhalation, wide your both the hands, then turn them, then very slowly keep them down at your thighs. Right, take a long, slow and a deep inhalation, exhalation, then soon after that, lock your hands back, distance between your legs, keep your body straight and toes straight or inside, then few seconds feel that relaxation of the breath. Then after that, coming to the next series, so today we are doing that Pigeon style. All the variations. Right, here also when you have issues at the knee level or ankle level or pelvic girdle level, so do not immediately jump into these practices. So once take a long slow inhalation, exhalation. So once coming to pre-positions, once fold your two legs, then towards your right side, towards your left side, just go for your knee turns, and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 relaxations. Enough, come back, just your legs forward and take a long deep inhalation, exhalation. Alright, then here coming to first exercise, pigeon posture. So once try to keep your left leg stretched completely back, so as well as fold your right leg in front of your body. Then see your navel point and your forward leg, knee and your back leg must be in same line, or accordingly choose your convenient way of doing. Alright, try to stretch your both the hands completely forward, still forward, still forward, still forward. Then completely press your abdomen on the thigh, and throughout the practice do not arrest your breath and try to put your chin or forehead properly on the floor. Then very slowly lift your head up and drag your left hand back and alternate hand also back. Then very slowly lift your head. Then try to keep your both the hands on the thigh to lift your body more, or try to put your both the palms on the floor, or keep your palms on the fingers, or keep your palms on the knuckles on the fist. Try to push your body up. Then after that lift your chin, then still press your body back and lift your one hand up. So it is a small variation in pigeon, the total series, and stay here for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then very slowly come back, relaxation, one long pause. So for this to cover this yoga posture, now I'm requesting my video technician just to come on my right or left side according to the camera mode. Alright, now after that alternate hand up, again the same way of bending and stay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then very slowly come back, relaxation. Once free your body. When you want relaxation from this posture, just you can choose any relaxation method, butterfly moves or knee turns also. Alright, now we are pressing the body back with 2 hands as support. Then lift your chin up and lift your body up and try to interlock the fingers behind the head. Then wide your elbows and stay for a while. Now 1, 2, 3 and 4, relaxation. Enough, come back. Then slowly lift your 2 hands up, and without getting more strain or without giving more exercise on the body, so be at your convenient zone. Then after that bend the body back and stay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then very slowly come back, relaxation. Enough. Then very slowly take a long slow inhalation. Still during these total variations, when you want relax your body or legs, you can do, but I'm doing just a flow of practices. Then here fold your back leg and try to press your back leg heel and back leg calf muscle towards your thigh and hips. 1, completely press, then slowly come back. Second count, completely press, again slowly come back. Last count, press and stay now. And here in this stay, observe the toes condition, observe the ankle condition. But if you have any cramps, immediately withdraw the exercise for a while, relax, and after that again resume. So here in this exercise, try to add your folded leg sides hand at the folded leg toes, left hand, left elbow at the left toes. So here you can lift alternate arm up, then few seconds stay, then after that fold your arm behind the head to touch your alternate hand toes, alternate hand fingers, or you can catch your hand also. Right, from there you can put your body for more side bending to touch your ear with your folded leg toes and stay 1, 2, 3 and 4 relaxation, enough, come back. Again here also, if you need a relaxation for a while, you can take a relaxation. Then after that, so I'm now doing a flow of practices, so that try to turn your hand properly and try to attach your leg toes towards the head and stay for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then very slowly relaxation, come back. Still we have last exercise. Here also, at this point also, if you want to relax your body for a while, relaxation. Then after that again slowly resume the class. Then fold, catch your below leg toes, and already you caught your above leg. Now try to lift your both the legs and then slowly come back. Second count, again press, then slowly come back. Last count, press and stay while touching your toes to hands, like the toes and hands must together now. 1, 2 and 3 and relaxations, enough, come back. Alright, after this last exercise, now I'm coming to the relaxation mode. So here I'm giving importance for the butterfly, then as well as knee turns also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then at the last, try to press your knees towards the floor and come back. Again press the knees and come back. So last count, press the knees towards the floor, keep the body straight and stay for a while. 1, 2 and 3, relaxation, enough. Then very slowly open your 2 legs forward, then keep your both the arms slant back and fold your 2 legs, then towards your right side, then towards your left side. Just go for the knee turns and thigh turns and hip relaxation. Just move them right side and left side. So in the last, you can just keep your thighs on right or left side to give more relaxation. 1, 2 and 3, come back. Opposite side, same exercise. 1, 2 and relaxation, 3. Then slowly stretch your both the legs. Just take a long, deep, slow inhalation, exhalation in the Sukha Dandasana. Alright, then slowly come back and keep your body straight. Keep your both the palms at the legs. Then we are preparing the total series with opposite side leg. So according to your fitness level, according to your convenience, you can choose. Open your right leg properly back, fold your left leg, then turn the body properly. So your forward leg will be your left leg, back leg is your right leg. So for this same condition, for this exercise, we can use cloth help, or you can use any of the like strap or rope help also. Okay, now first coming to the exercise, first completely stretch your both the arms forward and try to press your abdomen on the thigh and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then very slowly drag your both the hands back and lift your head up. Then very slowly push your head. Then from there slightly adjust your hands back and try to put your hands on the palms or on the fingers or on the fist. Then try to lift your body, lift your chin, and few seconds stay here. 1, 2 and 3, relaxation, enough, come back. So in any kind of posture, no need to stay more time initially. When once you will get into the practices, then only you can choose in every individual posture to be stay in like more time. Alright, now after that, one hand up and one hand back as a support. Use your below hand and slightly back bend and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, relaxation, enough. Then slowly keep your hand down. And alternate side, same thing, adjust your hand and bend the body and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and very slowly release and relaxation. Enough. Then once check your breath, check your convenience. When you want any relaxation posture in between as your pose stretches, so you can choose butterfly or knee tense, or you can choose any convenient posture. Alright, and now coming to next variation, lift your two hands up, interlock the fingers and press your head back, wide your elbows, lift your chin and stay 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Keep your head straight. So still, if you want relaxation, you can choose any interlude posture, or you can directly lift your both the arms while interlock or without interlock also, but be very convenient and confident while doing any kind of exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then very slowly come back, rest and relaxation. Again, few seconds relax. So when you want any interlude exercise, you can still choose any interlude exercise. Then after that, now slightly adjust your back leg, fold them with the same side hand, press your leg towards your waist, one press, then very slowly come back. So again, I'm giving some of the pre-position for the actually position. 2 press, then come back. Last count 3, press and stay now. 1, 2 and 3, relaxation. So use the same folded leg sides hand as a supporter at the folded leg toes. Lift your forearm up, then lift your alternate arm up, then few seconds observe the pre-positions. Then after that, fold your both the hands and try to hold your 2 hand fingers as a lock. Again, stay here for a while. But when you want more stretching, when you want more pressing, then at that point only you can adjust your back leg, press your head towards the folded leg toes to touch your ear and stay 1, 2, 3, then 4 relaxations. Enough, come back. Then here in this application, we can use hand rope or strap or any cloth help also. It's actually easy way of giving stretching to the leg. Alright, catch your leg. Then after that, turn your hands. Then lift your both the elbows properly, hold your toes and lock your leg with the consent cloth or consent rope. Alright, this time using this rope technique, you can do this simple exercise and lift your head and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then very slowly come back, release and relaxations. Enough. Then soon after that, again last exercise is 2 legs fold, one is reverse fold and one is as it is fold. So use your convenient way of method. 1 press, then come back. Again, second counts 2 press and come back. Last counts 3 press and stay now. 1, 2, 3, then slowly come back. Release the total series and relax from the postures. And now here soon after that, now I'm giving priority for my knee bends here. 1, completely rotate, then slowly straight. Second count, completely rotate and slowly come straight. Then here on any side, few seconds stay for extra relaxations. 1, 2 and 3, come straight. Opposite side, same exercise, bend and stay. 1, 2 and 3, relaxation. Still I'm giving some more exercise for the pelvic and for the thighs, and few seconds move the knees as in butterfly movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here hands on the knees and press your knees. 1 press and slowly up. And again second count to press and slowly come above. Last count, press and stay now. 1, 2 and relaxation. Enough. Then slowly stretch your both the legs. So in a flow of practice, almost we did 12 to 14 postures. But please remember, when you want give separate importance for every posture, so you can design in that level also. It will take nearly half an hour to 45 minutes. Okay, take just long, slow inhalation, exhalation. Then coming to pranayam now. Alright, please remember, in total yoga practices, postures, yoga asanas, postures part is very limited, because it will give flexibility, it will make you agility, and it will give you somewhat created good balance at the physical level. But when you want more exercise, more training for the body, more training for the mind, then we have to choose some more other practices called pranayam and breath holding techniques. Then after that, kriyas, cleaning techniques, and further to dharana practices, pratyahar practices, and meditation practices. Because the yoga is a complete combination of these eights, almost like our conduct and discipline, and yoga, physical yoga postures, and pranayam. Then after that, concentration techniques and pratyahar techniques and dharana practices and kriya abhyasas, cleaning techniques. Then after that, dhyan or meditation. Then further level is nirvana state. So it will be fruitful when you have continuity in your practices, when you choose right practices under the guidance of right, eligible, and qualified teachers only. Okay, coming to the pranayam practices, it's also advised that before pranayam, you can drink a sip of water, especially for mantra chanting, it is advisable. Okay, just take a long deep inhalation, exhalation. So here also we have sloka and mantra chanting and bijakshara. When you have traditional belief, you can follow the chanting, or you can extract only physical practices. Alright, take a long deep slow inhalation, exhalation. Om Kesavaya Swaha. Om Madhavaya Swaha. Om Narayanaya Swaha. Om Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyardham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadiyam Karishye. Om Santi. Then slowly keep the hands down. Take a long, slow inhalation, exhalation. And in other words, this sloka and chanting saying that the total yoga practices, including yoga postures, pranayam, kriyas, and whatever it will be in the yoga workouts, yoga practices, the intention of this yoga is not only make us physically healthy or mentally fit, but with these two equipments, one is physical body and one is mind, we have to travel to further spiritual uplifted goals. So it should create a good path towards our spiritual upliftment. So coming to the pranayam, today also we have pranayamas, Ujjayi pranayam and Bhastrika pranayam. Also we have Kapalabhati Kriya Abhyas. So it is saying that Kapalabhati also we have sloka chanting. Bastrava loha karasya racha purau sasam bhramau Kapalabhatir vikyata kapadosha visoshini. Phlegm level disorders will be destroyed because of Kapalabhati technique. This is also good practice to give good support and good massage in the internal organs, like the abdominal organs also, especially internal organs. Then second one is Ujjayi Swasa, Ujjayi Pranayam, saying that Slashma dosha haram kante deha nala vivardhanam nadi jalodara dhatu gata dosha vinasanam. So here Dehanala Vivardhana, it's a highlight point in this pranayam is Dehanala Vivardhini, or metabolic activator or immunity activator. Also, this is a special pranayam for the people who are having this throat level trouble, especially because of the phlegm interferences or mucus interferences. For them, it is very good practices. Also, this is a good practice to give some of the good balance in between the Sapta dhatus, are important 7 running factors inside the body, what we call Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Madhya, Sukra. Or we can understand that body fluids and blood fluids and muscular tissues, adipose and bone tissues and bone marrow and nerve tissues and gonadal tissues. So between these all tissues, between these concerned hormones, there should be a balance. Especially this Ujjayi Swas can create this kind of balance. Also, it is saying that in between the pranic pravah channels, it's a life energy channels which are actually invisible. So we have nearly 72,000 pranic pravah channels as per the belief system, as per our traditional textbooks. Like among them, we have important channels called Ida, Pingala, Sushumna, Hasti Jihva, Pusha, Ashashwini, Alambusha, Kuha, then after that Sakini and Vajra, then after that Gandhari. So these are 10 to 11 important life energy channels. For in among them also we required one important balance. So Ujjayi Pranayam will create that kind of balance. Especially Ujjayi Pranayam will be beneficial for the people who are doing meditation. In meditations also you can follow this simple Ujjayi Pranayam. In some of the posters called Sarvangasan or Chakrasan, wherever in which posture hands and legs are totally free, in that posters we can do Ujjayi Pranayam also. And coming to Bhastrika Pranayam, it is saying that Vata Pitta Slashma Haram Sariragni Vivardhanam Kundalini Kundali Bodhakam Kshupram Pavanam Sukadam Hitam Brahma Nadi Mukhe Samasta Kapadhyar Gala Nasanam. So not only wind related issues, phlegm related issues as well as bile related issues also will be eradicated because of this Bhastrika. Then also it is again mentioning the Sariragni Vivardhanam. Agni means here again digestive fire as well as immunity fire as well as metabolic fire. So in the body wherever it will be movement, that can be called as a fire. So in that way we can easily understand that immunity, our general immunity will be boosted up because of this Bhastrika Pranayam. And also for the people who wants to go further practices in awakening the internal dormant energies called Kundalini, for them also this Bhastrika is a very important practice, especially before your meditations, before your prayers, before your pujas also. You can choose one of these practices called Bhastrika. It's a very important practice to keep your lungs fit as well as to keep your body alert. So coming to the practices, while coming to the physical practices, it is very simple and very easy. As we know that Kapalabhati is a sharp exhalation, slow inhalation, and Ujjayi Pranayam is a inhalation at the throat level, that sound making at the throat level or baby snoring inhalation, and Bhastrika is a bellow breathing. Right, coming to the practices, keep your position straight by adding your palms on the knees to hold them tight to erect your spine, or you can turn your palms also to make your more awareness. You can put your index finger to the thumb to just adjoin these two fingers to make you more alert. Okay, take a long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. And we are doing Kapalabhati first Kriya Abhyas. And it's a sharp exhalation. That contraindications are when you have any health issues or when you have general sickness, it is better to take advice from your yoga teacher as well as physician also, who are having knowledge in maintaining all these practices. Right, coming to practices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just take a long pause, inhalation and exhalation. And coming to second spell, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just again long deep inhalation, exhalation. And third last spell, starting our Kapalabhati. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again long inhalation and exhalation. A small break between Kapalabhati, between Kriya and Pranayam. Then coming to Pranayam, first Pranayam is Ujjayi Pranayam. It is a baby snoring sound, so try to take inhalation while hitting the inside nostril walls with the concerned inhalation aid. Right, starting our exercise. And for your understanding only, we can put our finger just next to the throat or just pressing the throat. But this hand, keeping the hand below the throat, it's not really recommended. but for only our understanding. Alright, press the throat, and while taking inhalation, try to intentionally make that sound of snoring. Then slowly leave the hand while breathe out, nostril breathe out. Again, second count, press the throat. Then hand down, then slowly breathe out with the nose. Again, third count, inhalation. And slowly breathe out with the nose. Fourth count, inhalation. Then slowly come back down. Long, deep inhalation. Fifth, last count, inhalation. And breathe out. So one quick break between this pranayam to next pranayam, Bhastrika. So Bhastrika is a bellows breath. It is a breathe in technique. While breathe in at a time, take large amount of oxygen through the nostrils, while breathe out with the nostrils and slowly breathe out. So here also in these pranayams also we are not doing any other variations. We are doing very simple and very light. So keep your body straight. Then start our next 10 inhalations, Bhastrika. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just take a long pause, inhalation and exhalation. And coming to second spell, starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then long deep inhalation, exhalation. Third last spell towards 30th stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then again deep slow inhalation and exhalation. Right, keep your body straight. So soon after your practices pranayam and kriya abhyasas, you can directly choose some of the practices in the dharma.
Thank you.
Concentration practices called Trataka abhyasas, you can choose them also. Once you will able to finish these practices directly, you can choose some of the good exercises in the power nap or good exercise in yoga nidra to give more relaxation to the body and the mind. So once you will able to finish your total yoga practices, based on the strength level, based on the intensity in your yoga practices, try to give 15 minutes to half an hour time to take bath, and from there further 10 minutes time to take breakfast. In the afternoon before your lunch hour, try to see all the possibilities how to give relaxation to the body and mind through power nap or through yoga nidra. Basically it will improve the focus levels of the mind to concentrate more on your further works, and it will regenerate the body, it will improve the productivity from you. And in the evening, once you will be totally free from your all activities and affairs, before your dinner time, try to create 15 minutes time to half an hour time, or still you can create 45 minutes time also according to your time and interest. try to choose the same self yoga exercises, which will be having back bending exercises and inverted postures, as well as pranayams, breathing exercises also. So back bending exercises, inversions and breathing. Alright, when we are meeting here at the same place, same time, with the same contents, Ayurveda and yoga, we will see still more good applications for other disorder in Ayurveda, and in yoga we will see good exercises that will be suitable for everyone. Thanking you all to giving me this wonderful opportunity. Stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thanking you all.